Yo, what's up guys, Maverick here and welcome back to the series which I know a lot of you enjoy, Fatal. It is back. We've got headliners, we've got FFS stars, not what you're thinking FFS stands for. That is a tongue twister and a half. We've also got Team of the Years thrown into the mix, so you can imagine the types of players that people have. If you don't know the types of players that all the other YouTubers have, go out and check Bateson's episode number 0. Also, check the link in the description for all the other YouTubers taking part, and make sure you keep up with how they're getting on. But most importantly, keep up with how Wolf and I are getting on this series. Smash the like button. We normally hit 1,000 likes for Fatal episodes. Now, I'm not going to ask for that too much because we have been inconsistent with our uploads. We've been poor with our uploads. So I'm going to go for 500 likes in this episode. 500 likes. Can we smash it? Can we do really well? Now, you guys know who I've picked for this episode and you guys know who I've picked for my team. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. And once again, if you are new and don't understand the rules of Fatal, I'm not going to go over them too much because you guys can head over to Bateson's episode 0 and find them all out in detail. But the rules that you need to know most importantly are the ones on screen now, which is for a goal with your Fatal player, it is plus 50k coins. For a goal with any other player in your team, it's plus 30k coins. And for a goal conceded, it's minus 30k coins. You've got 100k for a first half rage quit. You've got 75k for a second half rage quit. And as you can see, the coin totals on the rest, we'll cross them when we come across them. But the most important ones are the ones I mentioned. And you can read on screen the rest of the rules. You can pause it here if you want and check them out. But I'm back on screen and the team that we are rocking, the players that we are rocking are pretty tasty. For a silver team and for a starter team, we have got Human Son. As you can see, he is the guy, he is the main man going in that striker position. We've then got Reed from Cardiff. Now stats wise, he looks very, very good overall. He's got that higher acceleration, relatively lower sprint speed, but still pretty fast. The agility and balance are insane for a silver card. The finishing for a silver card is insane as well. The stamina is good. The strength is not great. The aggression is horrendous. The jumping is horrendous, but he is going to be upgraded as we go along. He is going to do for now for a silver card as well. He does, or is definitely going to do the job. We have then got Foden, who has got an FFS star himself, but I've gone for the silver in this situation. Again, all-round stats look pretty good. The agility and balance look nuts and off the charts for a silver item. But the ball control's high, the dribbling's relatively high, the composure's high. Other stats are relatively low, but the passing and the dribbling is good. That means he is going to play in that centre midfield slot. Or actually, you guys will get to see how the team is going to line up in-game because, of course, all I have to do now is press left on the D-pad and I can go into a completely different formation, which is what I'm going to be doing with this squad moving forward. I am going to be looking at going with a different formation once we get into the game. So we'll talk about that in a lot more extent as we move on. Now, the other standouts in this team are Markovic, Lazar Markovic. I think I've said that correct. He's a Liverpool player. He's again got high agility, high balance. He's actually got 3-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. So he could work out quite nicely. He's got 78 jumping, which is pretty good for someone who's not particularly tall. I know I can't really stand too much when it comes to tall jokes. I'm not the tallest person in the world, but I'm not 5'2" like all of you say. I am 5'10". So relax on the midget jokes because I'm not that tall, but I'm not that short either, okay? I swear to you, I'm 5'10". I'll get a tape measure out if I really have to and measure myself. I've done this on Instagram before at my gym. I measured myself, I put it on my story and said to you guys, look, I told you I'm that tall. But some of you still don't believe me and it's kind of understandable because I stand next to giants like Wolf all the time. So it fully is understandable why you think I'm so short. But we have got Saiz. I don't know if that's how you say his name. That's how I'm going to say his name. Roman Saiz is how I'm going to go for it. He's 6'2", which is the reason I've picked him. Attributes wise, he's got relatively high defending stats as well for a silver. And he's obviously got good physicals in reflects of 71 strength, 74 stamina, 81 aggression. Again, for a silver, that is good. That is why I've picked him in there. He's not that fast, but I've put a shadow on him as well to make him better all-round pace and defending. And he's going to do the job in a CDM kind of role that he is going to be playing. So not too many complaints about him. Van Lapara, again, I'm picking names which are for someone who has a bit of a stutter and someone who struggles to say words, I've picked some very, very interesting names to pick. Rajiv Van Lapara. I think I've said that right. If I haven't, you guys will let me know in the comment section. You guys always like to let me know when I have murdered names or done very, very poorly at pronunciations. Can we not get it twisted? I'm very good at English. It's just I have very slight dyslexia and a lisp. So that doesn't always work very, very well. Very, very subtle lisp as well. And stutter. So some of you guys don't always notice it. But we then left back, we've got Schlupp. Reason being he is pretty fast. And defensive stats aren't that great. But he's pretty fast. So pace kind of overweighs that. Strength, he's pretty strong as well for a silver. He's got relatively high jumping. And he is pretty tall at 5'10". It's not very tall, but for a fullback, for a silver fullback, it's really not bad to have good pace, goodish height, and goodish stats. Dribbling's good, passing's good for a silver fullback as well, so can't really complain about him. We've then got Holding. I think he's untradeable, which is why I think I've used him. Yep, he's untradeable. He's 6'2" as well. As we know, the crossing meta is a massive meta in FIFA right now, so he is going to be able to block a lot of them coming in at 6'2". It's not really, really tall, but it's not really, really short either. We've then next to him, I've gone the wrong way, we have got Bednarek. Jan Bednarek. I think that's correct. And I think he's pretty new to Southampton. But again, I've gone for him. He's 6'2", fairly tall for a silver as well. Fairly decent stats with that 72 jumping and 73 header accuracy. So again, with the players like Ibrahimovic, he's going to lose anyway, but it gives him a little bit more of a chance, and he doesn't look so embarrassing when he goes up for a header against him. That's the hope anyway, and I'll insert some form of clip, or I'll rephrase this at a point where Ibrahimovic absolutely dominates him at some point, as everyone has Ibrahimovic, so he's going to come up against him. I've gone for Fosu Mensah in that right back slot because he's a Man United player on loan at Fulham, and I'm a Man United supporter. I think he's on loan, or we might have eventually sold him because he probably isn't going to make it into the United team, which I'm upset about. I really liked him when he did play, and I think he's got potential to be our right back. Fight the likes of Dalot and players like that in at the right back slot. Ashley Young, who I've actually loved in at right back since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been the manager. But we divulge onto real football talk, and this is about F8TAL. This is about computerized football, okay? We're not here to talk real football. And finally, in goal, again, I've gone for the United player in Ligue 1. Reason being, he's 6'4". He's the highest rated goalkeeper, and he's got fairly decent stats for a silver. With a basic on, he actually looks pretty handy. He goes up to 84s in a lot of places. 84, 82, 84, 86 on the reflexes, and 84 on the positioning. So very, very, very good, solid goalkeeper for a silver. That is the team. I think that's going to do its job. Everyone's on 10 chemistry as well, as expected. I don't really know where we're going to go because Son is relatively hard to build around. Obviously, Premier League is going to have to be dominant in. But I want to create a kind of hybrid moving towards the future. And I want to add in a different dynamic if I possibly can. But like I said, it's going to be harder, easier. Harder said than done. Easier said than... I don't even know anymore. I actually don't even know anymore. But what I can show you guys is what is going to line up in game, because of course I'm not going to be lining up like that in game. So in game, what it's going to look like is Heung-min Son on that left striker position, Reader right striker, Markovic is going in at cam, Foden and Van Lapara left and right centre midfield, and then we've got Saiss in at CDM, Holding, Bednarek, Fosu Mensah and Schlupp in the defence. So that is what the team's going to look like in game. That is how it's going to break down. If you guys are interested in instructions, I've got stay central, getting behind, stay forward, stay central, getting behind, stay forward. And again, on Markovic, I've got stay forward, normal interceptions. Saiss, I've got cover centre, stay back while attacking, cut passing lanes. And on the fullbacks, I've got balanced on everything. Now, I should actually move them to overlapping runs, is what I actually mean to change them to. So let's get that saved. The rest, I've gone drop back. I've gone to the dark side, guys. I haven't gone really, really deep, but drop back seems to be one of the most OP things to use. And especially with a silver team, I'm going to need to be quite defensive against what is potentially going to be gold teams. Maybe we get a few silvers in today's episode and build up the coins. I don't know at the moment. Then we've got balanced as well on the offensive style. Players in the box, I don't like having it high. Corners and free kicks, I don't like having it high because I don't like being countered. Countered is the main way to score goals. But That is all the information. That is all the boring stuff, as some people might call it, out of the way. We're going to head into the games. We're going to head into our first opponents, and we're going to try and build as many coins for this team as we possibly can. Here we go, team number 1, and it is a full silver team against my full silver team, which means that we all have a chance. He does have Crouchy up top. Substitutes wise for this episode, we're not gonna have too many options. I mean, I'll probably get Crouchy for the fun of it if we manage to beat this guy, but I'm getting well ahead of myself here. It's all about getting coins. It's all about getting goals with that human son. That is the most important thing in this. So I'm going to be aiming to get human son. I have got music going on in my ears so that I can concentrate, so that I can get in the zone. Now, we don't want to score too many goals before 10 minutes because we need him to stay past there for the game to count. So is it a case of we hold the ball for the first 10 and hope we can beat him? I think so, because I know we're going to come up against a team with like CR7 and Ibrahimovic and players like that in it at some point. And I've got away with it first game. I saw his name was Silvers and the team name was Silvers, and I hope for the best. Near post corners with Crouchy could be a problem in this game though. Really, really good. Please, can I defend this? Yes, there we go. We've defended it very well. Son is going to be... Oh, lovely feet from Son here. Oh, he's almost made his way through. But potentially, like I said, I didn't really want to score from that moment. So that's what I'm going to say is I just didn't want to score. Could have scored, just didn't want to, clearly. But the time is coming to pass. It's going to be weird. The finesses aren't as powerful as they were in previous Fatals. So I'm really going to struggle against the high rated goal teams in this game. And that's going to be really, really tough. Markovic has bulldozed his way in behind. He's fake shot. He finds Son. There's 50k. There is 11 minutes gone. That is 50k in the bag. Human Son with his first game for me, and he manages to score a goal 12 minutes into it. It was a sweaty, so I'm not going to get too gassed about it, but that does put us 50k up, which is always a fantastic start. But I'm not going to overreact about that goal. I'm going to watch the replay as well, which is going to annoy him, but a hat-trick from Son here would be the ideal and perfect start to this series. What a challenge that is from Schlupp there. What a finish that is. What a finish that is. I called it even before I scored it. Human Son's finishing has been fantastic. With 30 minutes in, he's paused it. I feel like he's going to quit. He has quit. There we go. So that is 100k from Human Son, and that is 100k for the Rage Quit. So we're at 200k from game number 1 in episode number 1. Finishing like this, Human Son is going to be a bit of a cheat throughout this series because, like I said, a couple of shots and all of them were threats. Left foot, right foot, he's going to be very, very good. The finesse shots aren't as OP anymore, but those straight power shots, like I said, I can turn left, I can turn right. You don't know what I'm going with him, and he seems to like finishing them off. He did actually score a finesse there, as we saw. Substitutes wise, obviously, we've not got a lot to choose from there, but we could go Peter Crouch. If we don't manage to win the next game, we could go Peter Crouch on this one just for a bit of fun, just because it is Crouch, you know, and he is a bit of an icon without being an icon in FIFA. So that might be the option, that might be the play. But let's go into game number 2. Let's see who my opponent has got, and let's try and improve on this 200k coins already. I did just hit my funny bone, if you guys heard it, and that is not funny at all. Really, really not funny at all. But I'll see you in episode number 2, or game number 2. I've hit my funny bone and it's hurt my head. Game number 2, let's go. Team number 2, now his ratings weren't too high either, so this is potentially another silver team. It is a Brasilva team. Are we back to the FIFA 14 days? I kind of did want to face a gold team, but literally every team I've been matched up against has been low rated, or quit, or left, or what have you. So I've had to play 2 silver teams so far. It does mean that potentially episode number 1 we can build a lot of coins if this guy stays in this match. I mean, could be a problem. Could be the main issue that he just doesn't stay and I score a goal with Son and he leaves. Which again, coin-wise isn't the worst thing to happen, because episode number 1, you kind of need to get a good build so that you know where to go from there. So let's hope he stays, and let's hope I can score some goals with Son, because this card, like I said, it seems, the finishing on it seems broken. He just seems to hit everything on target. All right, let's build an attack up. Foden. Wait, is Markovic 5-star skills or 4-star skills? as I'm trying to find out, I get dispossessed and could potentially... No, Fosu Mensah gets himself back in nicely. He's been very, very solid at right back. I say that. I've played like 50 minutes in total with him. And here we go. Son is in, which means that is a goal. 50k. That is a goal. I just know that Son is finishing them. Yes, that is a chance that everyone should score, but everyone knows how the finishing is in this game. He's paused it, which means that he could be leaving. 24 minutes in, we could be in for another rage quit, and this is going to be the shortest Fatal episode I think I have ever recorded. The shortest, episode 1, and from first opinions, Son is a dirty, dirty card. Very, very nice. But it's been against 2 silver teams and 2 guys that haven't really put up a challenge. So I'm not going to get too gassed, but it does give me a title, which is always the most important part of a video these days. A good fun and a good title. Very, very important. That being said, I don't know who to pick. That is what, 50k for Son. So that's 250 plus 100k for the rage quit. So we got 350,000 coins in which we can improve this team. Now, give me a second. I'm going to go look at my options and I'm going to come back and give them to you. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I've come up with a couple of options for you guys to go for. Now, option number 1, I'm going to go for headliner Lucas Hernandez in at centre back and goalkeeper Jan Oblak in goal. And now for option number 2, I'm going to go for 88 rated Inform Sandro and Blaise Matuidi. So let me know in the comment section down below which one you want to go for. I'm going to put 2 comments for you to thumbs up. Thumbs up option number 1 or option number 2, depending on what one you guys want me to pick. But episode number 1 started off really, really well. And I've got an idea of where I want this team to go. Now that team depends on how many coins we can get. Maybe in episode number 2, we don't get such an easy path and getting 2 silver teams. But like I said, that means a lot of coins in this episode, so I'm not going to complain too much. If you have enjoyed the video, please do smash the like button. 500 likes is what we're aiming for. If you are new and haven't subscribed and joined the Wolf Pack yet, please do so. It would be much appreciated. Make sure you check out Wolf's episode, which is going to be going live tomorrow. But for now, it's been your boy Maverick, and until next time, I am out.